Konnichiwa! Asia no otsukushi kone o tanboshimasu!
Japan!
Japan is a country full of mystery with a unique culture and a way of life.
Japan is an island country. It consists of 5 major islands: Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, Shikoku, and the Okinawa Islands, and 6,847 remote islands. Japan has 4 distinct seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. With a varied and vibrant cultural history dating back to the late Stone Age, Japan is a living mix of the modern and the traditional.
Japanese literature is one of the major literatures of the world, comparable to English literature in age and variety. Possibly the earliest full-length novel, The Tale of Genji, was written in Japan in the early 11th century. It was written by Japanese writer Murasaki Shikibu, is generally regarded as the earliest novel in any culture and as the greatest masterpiece of Japanese literature.
In this scene from the novel, Prince Genji is visiting with his favorite wife, Murasaki, while watching his housemates, whom he has sent outside to build a snowman. The novel is remarkable for its detailed depiction of the refined culture of Heian period Japan.
Another literary work is entitled Manusure, the collection of 10,000 leaves dating from circa 700 to 750. The Manusure, the oldest collection of Japanese poetry, was compiled in the 8th century and consists of more than 4,000 poems, some of which date from as early as the 5th century. While consisting mainly of 31-syllable poems, tanka, also called waka, it also contains many examples of long poems, choka. The subject matter of the poems varies from travel descriptions to elegies and poems of love and loss. There are also poems reflecting Chinese and Buddhist influences. The Manusure poems are direct and accessible to any audience unfamiliar with Japanese culture and the conventions of Japanese poetry.
Child's Play by Higuchi Ichiyo. Set in the pleasure quarters of the late Meiji era, this short story focuses on neighborhood adolescents who experience the beginning of adulthood. A gang of boys and one girl, once close-knit playmates, drift apart as they face the inevitabilities of growing up. 2 characters in the story, Nobu, a boy following the path to priesthood, and Midori, a girl who will eventually become a prostitute in the licensed brothel quarters, hold mutual affection for one another, but sadly realize that their paths will never cross as they are about to shoulder life's responsibilities.
The Tale of the Heike. The Tale of the Heike is a warrior epic of the historic battles between the Genji, Minamoto clan, and the Heike, pirate clan, between 1169 and 1185. The tale follows the rise of the Heike, their arrogance and abuse of power, and their destruction at the hands of the Genji. Students who are interested in the transition to and the rise of the warrior class in Japanese history will find this a content-rich work. In contemporary Japan, there is a debate over whether the rise in popular forms of entertainment such as manga and anime has caused a decline in the quality of literature in Japan. Manga or comic books have penetrated almost every sector of the popular market. They include virtually every field of human interest such as multi-volume high school history of Japan, and for the adult market, a manga introduction to economics and pornography. At the end of the 1980s, manga represented between 20 and 30% of total annual publications in Japan, representing sales of some 400 billion yen annually.
The next one is haiku. Haiku is one of the most important forms of traditional Japanese poetry. Haiku is both a type of poetic pattern and a way of experiencing the world. A well-executed haiku is rooted in the physical world of our senses, yet suggests something deeper, often evoking the mysterious, transitory nature of all existence. Haiku is today a syllable verse form consisting of 3 metrical units of 5, 7, and 5 syllables.
Japanese writers born in the 20th century wrote about the issues of war, religion, and morality with a unique, moved personal intent diving deep into the human psyche.
Haruki Murakami. The English translation of Haruki Murakami's latest novel, 1Q84, is a weighty 1,000-page tome that will be available this October. Benedict Page writes in The Guardian, exploring the themes of cult religions, family ties, writing, and love. 1Q84 is said to be the story of two characters, a man and a woman in search of one mother. Murakami is probably the most familiar author on this list, mostly due to the breakout success of his 1987 novel, Norwegian Wood, which was published in English in 2000.
The second author is Banana Yoshimoto. Banana Yoshimoto chose her first name in college, proclaiming her love of banana flowers because they are rather cute and androgynous. She is the daughter of Takaaki Yoshimoto, the venerable critic, intellectual, and father of the New Left movement in Japan. In 1988, she wrote Kitchen, her most well-known novel, which was translated into English in 1993. Her latest book, The Lake, also involves a young woman in mourning and how she is transformed by love. Yoshimoto is already known as the poster child for Gen X Japan, but The Lake shows her a little bit more grown up, though always wondering.
The third famous Japanese writer is Kenzaburo Oe. Kenzaburo Oe hails from the forest of Shikoku, a quiet island in southern Japan. He began writing seriously in 1957 and won the Nobel Prize for Literature almost 40 years later in 1994. The Changling in 2010 is his newest novel in translation, and it explores the relationship between two friends after one commits suicide.
Here are Japanese contributions to the world. First are the Japanese letters. The modern Japanese writing system uses three main scripts: the kanji, which includes diagraphs from Chinese characters; the kana, a pair of syllabaries consisting of hiragana, which are native Japanese words; and the katakana, which are used for foreign loanwords.
The second Japanese contributions to the world are the Japanese performing arts, such as kabuki theater, no theater, bunraku puppet theater, geisha, musical instruments, contemplative arts such as the sado, kodo, ikebana, ukiyo-e, bonsai, origami, classical and modern literature.